God, Greg, there was so much that happened. I have a hard time going back to the first part of the year, but the thing that kind of jumps out of it, because we're sitting in the central business district, is just the movement that we've had on Main Street. Retail businesses, corporate headquarters moving in, more restaurants, and probably the biggest one I think is the game changer is just the hotel that will probably hopefully break ground. We just got some approvals from the Board of Architecture Review on design. It's no secret now, it's going to be a Homeless Suites, 80 plus hotel room that will, I think, be a great fit for downtown, and we'll start probably in the first quarter of 2019 and hopefully be finished by the end of 2020. What will happen is, I think, some of the travel, some of the hotel rooms that might have been particular further out Clemson Boulevard, the interstate, I think that hotel, the draw of coming down, I think Steve K proved that with the Bleckley. People actually want to be able to sit down and have a meal and be able to walk back to their hotel and do some shopping and some amenities. So with the Church Street Heritage Park, which will be right on the outside of the hotel, connecting to Carolina Wren Park, that's the type of thing that I'm talking about.
And since you mentioned it, the Bleckley Center downtown now is beginning to bring more things into downtown.
It is, and I think, and I've said this for a couple of years, I think we will be a regional player in smaller conferences. I think the aspect of having that hotel right across the street from the event center, and being able to be in close proximity to the hotels and restaurants and retail. I think the Bleckley Inn will benefit from that regional play too. So I'm pretty excited about all that.
It's not new things, but ongoing things that seem to continue to grow. The city's recreation program seems to continue to thrive and grow.
Yeah, we program recreation for what I would call School District 5, the urban area, 80,000 people, along with the YMCA, but we're a big player in that youth aspect of programming. So that part of it continues to grow. We don't have enough ball fields and soccer fields and football fields to accommodate the growth, but we make it work.
Are there any plans to expand the recreation center where people are working out? It seems to be getting more crowded too.
It is. Hindsight being 2020, it should have been built bigger. But we do have, in our recreation master plan, we do have an aspect of creating another wing to that. The participation in some of the classes, I mean, they're maxed out. It's a very good magnet for our seniors.
And very affordable.
Very affordable. Whether you're in the city or in the county, it's very affordable. So we think it does fill a niche in the fitness arena here in the county.
About the other parks, it seems like people are using Lindley more and some of the other city parks. I know y'all are finding ways creative ways to fund those.
I live right above Lindley, and I see the use of Lindley Park a good bit, and all the other parks that we have in the system. The connectivity of green spaces is important. We are in the final stages of engineering and getting our plans together for the extension of the Lindley Park Trail to the rec center, the B. Thompson Park, right outside of Earl Street. We have plans, which I think around here we call it the Under the Bridge project. But we are getting some work done. DOT is doing some work to that section of the Murray Street Bridge, which will allow us to beautify that area into another park. And I see that as being an entrance into our downtown through the bike and pedestrian trail that we're working on too.
Well, in talking about those plans, y'all really released a major sort of proposal, Shock the Block, to try to redo some things downtown. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. We won a grant from the Municipal Association, a $25,000 match grant, And that allowed us to hire the consultants to come in and just get some public input about what several different areas of the city could look like. And I was, through a series of meetings and economic development, Kimberly Spears and her folks. There were over 400 people over the course of that period of time that participated. But what it does do for us, and we've seen this happen in so many other cities, where you can, if a developer comes into town, we can say, here's what we think should go in this space. Here's what we think. And I thought about the old Cahaley building at the corner of Murray and Whitner, and the proposal there, right on that space. And so it just gives us a tool to help in the development. And I think some great ideas came out of it from just the public sector. It's amazing how if you let different eyes see something, and they envision something that I completely didn't think of. Some people have asked me, a children's museum. That would be a great spot, but it's just a suggestion. And, the public sector and the private sector, we have to work together to do a lot of those things.
And that included a new welcome to downtown as well.
Yeah.
The old Sears building area coming into downtown.
Yeah, we thought that was
green spaces and stuff.
Yeah, and we kind of played with that area, and that is the entrance to the city. And we need to. I think one of the things I thought was interesting out of that plan is that we need to pronounce that you're entering downtown. And I like the idea about the mural on the wall there, and the old Rite Aid building is an important piece of that. And but and maybe doing something with that intersection to make it more of an entrance into downtown.
Carolina Wren Park seems to continue to get more use every day. It seems like every time I'm down there, there's people down there all year round now.
It does. I mean, it's when I think about dating ourselves again, the old Belt building and how the city purchased it, and we should have purchased it years ago. And I'm really proud of how our council had the foresight into looking at a green space there, and I think it's been a catalyst for some of the other things that will happen there. What we call the old gray building, I just went by there. Groucho's is coming into play. Very thankful for the work that has been done at the old movie theater and Grace Church being there. And I think the next game changer, it seems like I'm losing that term a lot these days, it's the County Square project. The preliminaries that are coming out of that, so hopefully even that project can hopefully maybe get its legs under itself and start, maybe sometimes later this year, the first of 2020.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the things I noticed this year was it seemed to be a banner year for county-city cooperation.
Oh, yeah.
From the hotel to these old buildings over here across the street from your office, to things working together to try to really work together downtown.
It is, and I like to, again, publicly thank Chairman Dunn for some of his leadership there too. When you start talking about administrators working together, and Linda McConnell and Rusty Burns working together, again, I look across the street and think about John Ferguson's building that he's renovating and restoring another eyesore, and the use of the Palmetto building and the hotel, and some of that financing would not have been available without the county's participation. And I think we see both governments see. I mean, we're the county seat of the 200,000 plus area, and if this piece of it succeeds, it helps Belton, Williamston, Pendleton. I mean, there are great things in all the cities and towns going on, and so it's just a catalyst.
And I think one of those things is sort of vision casting now, but some of the old mill sites expanding downtown to housing and retail and mix more green space, expand downtown into a broader
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I mean, I've said this a lot. You probably heard me say it. Downtown is more than Main Street. I mean, we want to go east and west and north and south in that reach. We're very fortunate to have a hospital that's in our downtown area and a university. I think we'll continue to see some economic development features of more so in downtown. We're financially strong. We had a very good year, paid off the rec center, and that allows us to look at doing some things in the future. We'll continue to try to work with affordable housing across the city. If you hadn't been by Homes of Hope project on 61 Hills, that's impressive. And so we'll continue to try to work with companies like Nehemiah and Homes of Hope and trying to build affordable housing. We'll continue to take down houses. We've got a lot of work to do, and it's going to take a team effort.
Well, this last question is very broad, I know, but if somebody just stumbled across this video on YouTube or somewhere, and why would they want to consider relocating to Anderson, making Anderson their home?
Well, I've become very interested over the last year and a half, 2 years of just the region, and a lot of it is people are very familiar with I-85 on the Atlanta. We're halfway between Atlanta and Charlotte. But the economic development folks are talking about mega regions, and we just so happen to be in what we call the Piedmont Atlantic mega region, the fastest growing mega region in the country. And they describe that as being from Birmingham to Raleigh. And so we're right in the midst of that. And Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson, we're the 6th largest urban area in the mega region. So people found us, and we've got to, and they're going to come. When you start looking at amenities like Lake Hartwell, and you look at affordability, and you look at some of the growth that we've had. So when people are looking at our area, I think I like the report that was published, the folks that are looking at County Square. They described our town as charming, and we want to keep that appeal. A lot of times people say, let's be like Greenville, and I'm very careful to say, Greenville's done a great job, but it's grown a lot, and so you have to be careful what you wish for. So I think when people are looking at Anderson, I hope that we can still provide a very family atmosphere, a charming area downtown with green spaces, affordability, transportation, ease, and so I think that's an attractive part of it in looking at Anderson.